control until the last couple of games. 2 straight wins for LA, as they will have it to start the 4th quarter as well. They say that Phil Jackson likes big guards. Well, Brian Shaw is in the starting lineup now. 16 games worth in the starting lineup. Gary Benson, Ronnie Nunn, Ron Olisiak, the 3 officials. Shaq in a good position. Too close to the basket.
Way too close to the basket. This is a good officiating crew. It's one of the best officiating crews I've seen this year, Joel.
Didn't do anything in the first half. He was 1 of 10 against Toronto. In fact, only 11 of 34. Shaq goes again. Anytime he's got it, about 10, 12 feet from the basket.
A lot closer to the basket than San Antonio was able to the first possession.
Ball Shaq. David, jump hook of his own. And we have not seen that in the repertoire recently.
Well, good.
Still a 2-point game. Lakers by a couple.
Numbers.
And Shaq's got it where he wants it. 6-2. O'Neal over the Spurs. 13 rebounds per game. That is second best in the league. David free. And David nails the foul line 15-footer. So the first 4 belonging to David Robinson. Let's not forget what David meant in the second. And finally a touch for Tim Duncan on the offensive end against Horace Grant. Has the position with the jump hook and a soft touch. Tim Duncan rolled it off his
You
fingertip.
really can't expect to shut down their offense.
Well, that's a deuce off the first turnover of the contest by the Lakers as the Spurs are up. And that's a difficult one. Kobe Bryant doing his best Elgin Baylor hang. 0.4 game. Third best in the league in scoring. Tim Duncan, little stutter step, leading it off. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, the point guard. We've seen that before on the road trip.
Well, you got one
as he got inside.
Great job, puts it on the floor, reaches around left hand, and David talked about a high-low offense. There's a low-low offense. Tim puts it on the floor, draws the help from Shaq. No rotation on the weak side whatsoever. David right there with the easy finish.
He's created both turnovers. Derek Anderson. He had 4 steals. What a play. Lakers in that game had 7 players in double figures for the first time since the 98 season. David trying to get the charge. He was right under the basket, though. Ranked among the league's top 10 scores. 2 decent ones. 71-72, Gail Goodrich. 5th best. And Jerry West. David leaves it for Tim. And Tim with a vengeance as Tim was talking to David on the possession. Daniels with Johnson. Danny Ferry's wide open. Had ideas about going around George. You got Tim Duncan and David Robinson down low, though. Tim on the drop step off the window. Tim Duncan. A sweet touch. And Duncan is down.
Hostile territory tonight.
The double comes on Shaq. Kobe on the crossover with the finger roll. Made it look easy out of the timeout, didn't he?
Makes it look easy an awful lot of the time. He's really
the first 19. Shaq in low. That's a hometown roll, and Shaq has taken over. He's got it, and it's headed south early in the second half. Bryant on the reverse. When I say the reverse, almost like a backhand play. The way he protected
ahead and forget what just happened. That's what the Spurs have to do right now. Forget that they enjoyed a 14 to 15-point lead.
Now that's what they need.
They got to play forward. Tim Duncan just gets it, makes a strong move. Spurs got a 1 point.
The second half and 8 for the game.
Great point, Joel.
Kobe isolated against Derek. Tim comes over. Doesn't look like himself. The guy's got a little bit of a vertical. Picks up his 4th foul. Let's see if they sit him down.
Doesn't look like there's any activity on the Laker bench.
Kobe Bryant. Boy, can he lets go of the ball almost as he's going down the field. Spurs now, as a group, DJ, 42%.
They've had some good looks this quarter. They've moved the ball well, just haven't been able to hit the perimeter shot.
Kobe and it's a 1-point Laker lead. Both teams struggling for the most part, though, from the outside point, and was lucky not to get another foul. Bryant on the move. Gets the roll over Tim. Quick release. Kobe Bryant. And can he ever go straight up to deny anybody any contact?
Kobe Bryant again. He's got such a great touch. You see him pushing the ball up the floor, and he sees it's Tim Duncan, so he just stops and goes over the top. There's the shooter's roll.
Butter's getting hard. Jello's jiggling. That's when he puts it away for the Lakers. As Shaq follows his own. So Shaquille O'Neal read his miss perfectly. Western Conference only separated by a game and a half, just like we saw last night with the Spurs matching up in Portland. Ori going high. And that's a tough play for O'Reilly who was left.
That's a big bucket because you look.
The double will be there. Now can the Spurs take advantage of it? Tim looking for Derek Anderson. He'll get it away with 3 on the shot clock. Derek Anderson in the clutch again. Makes it a 1-point ball game.
Shot than Tyronn Lue did right there.
Pick and roll and a smooth move. Samaki Walker strong with the bucket and the opportunity for the 3-point play. And he was fouled by Matson out front.
Well, you see the difference in the two teams. The one team is smaller and quicker. They're going to the basket. The other team is stronger, and they're going to overpower you inside. Samaki with the great move. Robert Horry, nothing he can do but foul. Mark Matson caught flat-footed.
Well, they let Matson's foul go. They gave it to Horry. Kobe back in with those 4 fouls. Trying to track him, Antonio Daniels. Kobe too close again. Everything coming close to the basket now for the Lakers.
Position to get it done.
Now they need some stops at the defensive end. David Robinson is going to start the 4th quarter on the bench with 4 fouls. Kobe Bryant's been out there most of the way with 4 fouls. Working on Antonio Daniels. He is only the best 2 guard in the game. Derek Anderson not far behind. David, you know, is going to be entering in the near future. George got it caught on his hip and still got it up, and he lost the handle.
George was bare right at the rim.
Tim Duncan got a mismatch against Robert Horry, and Tim Duncan strokes it. I was talking about Horry, you think most of the time more of a 3 than a 4. There are a few Spurs that are also struggling as it's deflected, taken away by Avery Johnson. Outworked him. Avery gives him the lead by 2. Avery Johnson.
He knocked it loose, and then Johnson right there. See, there's the deflection, and watch him come up with it. Right there, he created that whole play himself. Spurs basketball continues.
9 and 5 for David to go along with 4 assists. All 4 come into the first half. Back door, Derek Anderson got away from Brian Shaw. Good read.
Almost a mirror of the play we saw last night, or excuse me, against Seattle early in the game. AJ on top with the ball, DA moving without it in the paint. Great look.
Super communication. Antonio Daniels trying to track Kobe, who got inside.
He just split the trap. They were right. Well, we talked about communication. This is communication with the eyes. No words were said, but Avery locked in, DA locked in on him. He moved without the ball, and Avery with the fist.
Is in the 4th quarter.
Oh, we have the kind of game we talked about, a low-scoring playoff game.
Tim Duncan bounced a couple of times. Horace Grant creates contact. Tim Duncan gets the call. I think that's residual effect from the previous miss against David Robinson as Tim looks for the 3-point play.
Well, you saw Pop talking to the official after the timeout, and then come out of the timeout first with the great stop, and then Tim gathers himself. Horace Grant is beside himself. Full court pressure.
Tim Duncan matching up with Horace Grant, who's also got 4 fouls. Shaq coming over on the double. Tim on the step back. Tim Duncan again. Tim Duncan taking over now in the 4th quarter. Avery trying to get it to David. And a breakaway for Bryant.
2 huge possessions right there, Joel. Opportunity possessions when he played Tim.
Shaq and David going at it. The step back. 1-point ball game.
Good defense being played. He just makes a tough shot. Where the Spurs hurt themselves was on the offensive end. They had an opportunity to really open it up. Couldn't quite get it done.
And Kobe, nowhere in the neighborhood of the last one. He's 12 of 27 for the game, but he's got a good look this time. And ties it up.
Inability to come up with the defense.
They've got to get it away in a hurry. It'll be Derek Anderson for the win. Derek Anderson, too strong. We go to overtime.
Tim Duncan defended Kobe well. He shouldn't have been on the line.
Kobe, tough shot, gets it to go. Kobe with 34 points. Playoff atmosphere, we talked about it the first 5 minutes of the telecast. Tim Duncan answers for the Spurs. Tim with 29.
The primetime guys are stepping
the field. He should get plenty of touches over the next 4+. Kobe launching it again. It's amazing when he wants to take over.
Well, he wants it and he feels it, but again.
3-on-3. Avery with Derek. Wanted to go to David Robinson. Grant got back into the play in time. Tim Duncan leaving it off. Wide open look. Derek Anderson. Money in the bank.
Excellent two-man play. Excuse me, Joel. Tim put it on the floor and drew the help.
Tim Duncan thought about it against Horace Grant. Shot clock winding down. Avery makes a decision, goes right around, and the ball is deflected and still went in off the window.
Well, he recognized the clock. The 24-second clock was on his back, so he goes in, leaves his feet right there, puts it up high. Shaq does a good job getting up, gets a piece of it, but all he succeeded in doing was deflecting it off the glass. Watch him climb up.
Avery run with the Spurs. 90 seconds left. Spurs by 5. Shaq hasn't had many touches lately, has he?
They don't want the ball on this side of the floor. Kobe and Shaq are on the other side.
Lou for Kobe, and he got it away. Wow, did he elevate.
Caught.
Move on Shaq. Jam in a good spot. Gets it by Shaq. Shaq still gets a rejection. Shaq recovered well. Trying to deny Kobe Bryant. You know where they want to go. Horace Grant looking for Kobe. Kobe, final 7 seconds. Kobe Bryant going for 3. Coming up short. Danny Ferry's got it. There's the foul. The Spurs should win.